In the east of the forest there is a big tree that is 4,000 years old. In the past history, this tree has been the most majestic and beautiful tree in the forest. Its towering branches and dense foliage once attracted birds, insects and other animals from all over the forest. Over 100 years ago, a deadly rattan vine began to appear on the western edge of the forest. This vine is different from all vines that have appeared in the past. Before the vine climbs on the host tree, it will release a compound that penetrates into the bark, making the host tree paralyzed. After the host tree reduces the resistance to the vine takes the opportunity to expand its territory on the host. The most dangerous thing about this vine is that it contains a deadly virus in its body. The vine not only sucks a lot of nutrients from the host tree, but also injects its deadly virus into the host. Invaded by the virus, the host cells will mutate, its leaves will wither and yellow, and the trunk will be distorted. The mutated cells cause each branch of the host to tangle with the other branches, making it look like they are wrestling with each other. These branches choked each other until finally the branches broke and died of suffocation. Soon the vine was spreading from tree to tree, from the west to the east of the forest. 100 years ago it arrived at this big ancient tree. In the beginning, the vine spread quickly on the big tree. However, the tree is so huge that it is not easy for the vines to completely occupy the tree. There are antibodies in the big tree. The antibodies constantly resisted the invasion of viruses in each branch. Just like the human body's leukocyte can swallow invading bacteria, the antibodies in the big tree swallowed the virus and almost wiped it out. The vines have also receded to only a small area on the tree. It is a pity that in the end the vine completely occupied the big tree. 1 billion cells in the tree are at the mercy of the vine. Due to infection by the virus, many cells are in a state of madness. The trunks wrestled with each other, the leaves choked each other. Many branches broke off and were replaced by branches from the rattan vine. The big tree is still huge, but its appearance has completely changed. Due to the virus in the tree, all the insects that originally lived there died, and the birds also flew to other trees. The handsome branches have now turned into vines in a mess. The tree looks like a huge devil at night, so it is called the devil tree. On the southeast of the devil tree, there is a creek. In the creek, there is an exposed sandbar out of the water. 70 years ago, before the vines had completely taken over the big tree, seeds from the tree fell onto this exposed sandbar. The seeds took root and sprouted on this sandbar and grew vigorously, becoming the only descendant of this big tree not controlled by vines. 70 years later, the small tree on the sandbar grew healthier and more beautiful. In contrast, the devil tree infected by the virus and controlled by vines became uglier and crazier. The vine is eager to extend its controlling power to the small tree on the exposed sandbar, but it was not easy across the creek water. As there are not many animals left in the devil tree, only bats and frogs are left in the end. These bats and frogs carry the virus. Driven by the virus, recently bats often fly around the small tree, and frogs often swim around the exposed sandbar.